Almost every day, I'm happy to work with people who are coming to Kiev from all over the world. And I usually ask them, what impressed you in our lifestyle, culture, anything in Ukraine most of all? So can you imagine how many stories and interesting facts I already have? In this video, I'm going to share with you some of these stories. So if you plan to visit Ukraine as a tourist or want to make some business in Kiev, watch this video till the end. I'm sure it will help you. So, it's me, Julia, and I love my city point, Kiev. Поехали! As I can speak about modern Ukrainian traditions at least 2 hours, I decided to make 2 videos. First one, this one, I will tell you everything that help you as a tourist about some ordinary stuff, and on the second video, which I plan to make next week, I will tell you about the facts that can be useful for you if you'll make a business here in Ukraine. So subscribe to our channel. So part 1, prices. Ukraine became really famous destination for traveling because of our cheap prices for everything, for food, for taxi, entertainment, hotels and so on. For example, metro ticket here in Kiev costs only 30 cents. A glass of craft beer in a really good pub will cost $2. Main course in a nice restaurant or a cafe will take from 4 to 8 euros, something like that. Yes, it's cheap and you'll feel yourself like in heaven, but don't be so surprised to pay around $40 in a really good Italian restaurant for a bottle of wine. And don't be so shocked if you go to Zara, Mango or any other international store when you'll see some stuff 20% more expensive than in Europe. Yes, it's absurd situation even for Ukrainians, but for us it's cheaper to buy something online or even to go to Europe for a shopping. We don't have shopping here in Ukraine. And now we have Wizz and Ryanair, and yes, and we don't need a visa for traveling. So do you feel the smell of freedom? Yeah, I do. Feel like I have these obligations to tell you about our present stuff. Because I had not so cool experience, my own experience, when one of my European friends came to my birthday party without a present. Here in Ukraine, people definitely will call you Mini if you come without a present. So it's not a situation to present something serious like smartphone, romantic weekend, or at least a perfume if you're in a relationship with Ukrainian girl. But of course it depends from your budget. If you don't have enough money or not so close friend, you can buy at least a book, a bottle of wine or flowers. By the way, flowers are really cheap here. One rose will cost you around 50 cents, so it's not so expensive to be a gentleman in Ukraine. And of course, when someone invites you for a dinner in his own house, please bring a bottle of wine, some sweets or other food. It will really good for you. Another thing that definitely will surprise you about Ukrainians is that we have quite active cultural program. First of all, you have to know that we like to walk a lot. A young generation here in Ukraine will rather go somewhere buy food than call a taxi. And second, our nightlife, our cultural program is unbelievable bright. Just imagine, we have 31 theaters, 2 opera and ballet houses in one city, in Kiev, around 100 museums. So every evening there will be some interesting event like concert, international music concert, opera, ballet, theater, master classes, lectures, and so on and so on. And so you definitely won't be feel boring in Kiev in any time of year. And all of these tickets and events are quite affordable. Another quite shocking thing about Ukraine, about Kiev especially, that spirit and that situation and that attitude to our political situation in Ukraine. As you know, we still have this war conflict on the east of Ukraine, and here in Kiev and in other big cities, people just don't feel like something is going on, and it still is. But people here just forget about it and live their life without any problems. I don't blame anyone. I think that it's normal situations, our human being fact. We just can't be in these problems all day long. So people just living their life, and yes, it's quite safe to visit Ukraine despite the fact of our some political problems. So you'll find a lot of tourists in Kiev and Lviv and Odessa in any time of the year. And the last thing that I want to remind you is the thing about our weather. As it's winter now, and I'm really surprised to meet a lot of tourists who are coming from Europe, from USA, and it's so strange, but they never dress enough. You just can't imagine that we have like -7, -10 temperature during winter, and it's normal temperature. It can be much colder. So if you plan to visit Ukraine during winter and don't want to sit all day long in a bar or in a hotel, please don't forget to bring really clothes with you. And just when you remember what warm clothes do you have at home, make it double. Because I will make you buy a hat, extra gloves, extra scarf, because it's really cold here. And if you'll be warmly dressed, I'm sure you'll enjoy your time in Kiev, because it's beautiful and interesting in any time of the year. So please write me in the comments about things that impressed you about Ukraine if you have already been here, and maybe some rumors that you heard about Ukraine and about Kiev, and I will help you to understand whether it's true or false. So I hope that you like this video. Be ready to watch the second part about stuff that you have to know about Ukraine if you plan to make some business here. Subscribe, put your likes, and follow us on our Instagram and Facebook blog. All the links I'll put under the video. Text me if you plan to visit Kiev and want to make your trip bright and interesting, because we can make excursions, accompany you to other cities like to Lviv, to Odessa, Donetsk, and so on, and help you to make your trip as cool as possible. It was me, Julia, and I love my city point, Kiev. Love you and have a good day.